Imagine this. What if you suddenly won millions in the lottery? Who would you tell first? Probably your family, right? But what if that very same family turned their back on you when you needed them the most? That's exactly what happened to me. I won millions, but I didn't tell anyone. Instead, I decided to test my own family, and in that test, only one person stood by me. The rest, they got the sweetest revenge they never saw coming.
Hello, friends. My name is Peter Parker. I'm 46 years old and I live in Manchester, UK. But let me take you back, almost 22 years ago, back to the time when I was helpless. Back to the time when my family saw me as the weakest one among them. My brother worked a corporate job. My sister was in medical school. And me? I was just an ordinary guy who could never hold down a steady job. At home, I often heard the same cruel words. You're useless. You don't have any talent at all. Every time they said that, I forced a smile. But inside, a little piece of me kept breaking. And then came the day that changed everything. I bought a lottery ticket just for fun. The next morning, I checked the results, and my world spun out of control. I had won millions. My hands trembled. My heart pounded so fast, I thought it might burst out of my chest. But then, a thought crossed my mind. If I tell them, what will happen? Will they suddenly love me? And if they do, will it really be love or just greed for my money? That's when a dangerous idea took root. I decided I wouldn't tell anyone. Instead, I would test them.
So I played the role of a broken man. I pretended I had lost my job. I pretended I was penniless. And I asked them for help. The game had begun. Who would stand by me? And who would turn their back? First, I went to my brother. In reality, I had millions, but I stood in front of him like a broke man. He laughed in my face. You've always been a failure. Don't expect anything from me. His words cut like knives. Next, I went to my sister. I asked her if I could stay at her place just for a few days. She didn't even think twice. No! I have kids, I have my own life, I don't have time to babysit you. Then I went to my mother, my last hope. She sighed and said, I'm old now. I can't help you. You'll have to face your problems alone. My heart shattered into pieces. Without money, without power, I meant nothing to them. But then, one person stepped forward. My cousin, Emma. She sent me a message. I heard you're going through a hard time. Are you okay? I told her everything. And she said, I don't have much, but whatever I have, it's yours. If you need a place to stay, come to my home. I'll feed you. I'll give you a roof. You won't be alone. That night, I went to her small home. It wasn't much. A broken sofa, an old TV, a tiny kitchen. But it had something that my family's big houses never did. Genuine love. Emma gave me a cup of tea and said, No matter how little you have, never forget your worth isn't measured by money. To me, you'll always be family." In that moment, I made a promise. One day, I would give Emma the happiness she truly deserved. And as for the others, they would learn a lesson they'd never forget.
Days went by. Every single day, my family insulted me. "You're nothing but a burden. You're worthless." Even my mother turned her face away. My father stayed silent, but silence cuts deeper than words. The pain inside me transformed into something else, a resolve. It's time. Time for them to see the truth. Time for them to realize that the one they dismissed is far stronger than they ever imagined. That night, I wrote in my diary, "Revenge is best served cold, and against your own family, it must be played with sharper moves." So, I set my plan. I let their greed grow. I let their arrogance rise higher. And when the truth came out, their downfall would be devastating. I created fake investors, fake papers, fake opportunities, and they signed everything blindly, dreaming of fast cars and easy money. I watched, and I smiled. At last, the moment came. During a family gathering, I stood up with a microphone, and I said, "When I was broken and had nothing, only one person reached out a hand. Everything I am today is because of her." The room went silent. Every head turned toward Emma. The others looked down in shame. That night, I got 18 missed calls from the same relatives who once abandoned me. I didn't answer a single one. Silence was my answer.
Weeks passed, and the truth spread everywhere. Neighbors whispered, when he needed help, not one of them stepped up. The same relatives who once mocked me now hid their faces in shame. And one evening, I walked into the same restaurant where an uncle once humiliated me. But this time, I wasn't alone. I walked in with Emma. People looked at her with respect, while the others sat in silence, heads lowered. That moment was sweeter than any confrontation, sweeter than any shouting match, because real revenge is not in words. It's in silence. It's in success. And I realized something. Real wealth isn't measured by money, it's measured by humanity. My revenge was complete. Money gave me power, but it also gave me clarity. I learned who loved me for me and who loved me for what I could give them. So remember this, the sweetest revenge is your rise. Build your life, prove your worth, and when you succeed, don't waste energy on those who doubted you. Use your success to lift those who were true to you. That's how you turn pain into purpose.